Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is directed and written by James Gunn and it stars Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, Bradley Cooper, Vin Diesel, Dave Bautista, Karen Gillan, Michael Rooker, and Kurt Russell, and this is set a few months after the first Guardians of the Galaxy, and in this we see our favorite space rascals going around and making money from themselves in a few adventures and a few bounties they have to capture. They are trying to accomplish this mission for the Sovereign, which is a people made of gold, and their leader is played by Elizabeth Debicki, and from then on they get into a little trouble and they come clashing in with Kurt Russell, who plays Ego, and he is Peter Quill's father. From then on, we have our space adventure. So Guardians of the Galaxy was a massive, unexpected hit for Marvel. Everyone turned out to love it, even though it was a crazy idea to have a spaceman, a green woman, a green wrestler, a raccoon, and a tree come together and fight the forces of evil in space. And so in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, we have all those tropes that we loved from the first film, and we have all these characters back, and all these actors playing said characters, and we love them all the same. And in this film, we have a few MVPs, and those are Yondu, Gamora, and Rocket Raccoon for me, although, as you might expect, Baby Groot is life. Yondu has a great journey in this film, and he actually has, in my opinion, a better journey than Chris Pratt's Star-Lord has. Yondu is so well developed in this, and probably the best developed character of all the Guardians in this film. He is so good, and he develops such a great relationship with Rocket and with Groot, and it's so funny to see them together. A few scenes that stand out are about Groot trying to get something from Yondu, and I cracked up laughing throughout this whole scene. And also Rocket and his relationship with Groot evolves because it's kind of a twisted relationship from the first Guardians that we knew and loved, and we also love this one. I can say that 100% guaranteed after seeing this film, because they share the same banters still, but Groot is just so adorable that even Rocket has to recognize it, even Yondu has to recognize it at a few points in the film. Gamora also grows a lot as a character, and if anyone had problems with how little she was used and developed in the first film, well, rest assured she is much better utilized in this one. And her story arc with Karen Gillan's Nebula is also great. I really liked Karen Gillan's Nebula. That is a character I was disappointed with in the first film because she didn't really add much to the story. In here, yes, we needed to have that backstory from the first film, and in here she seems much more crucial to the whole film itself and to the thematics being discussed. Not going to take long with this, but yes, Kurt Russell is playing Ego, yes, he is Peter Quill's father. You find it out 20 minutes into the film, and the film develops from there, and from there I will not tell you a lot. I don't want to spoil anything. Kurt Russell is a great character. I loved Kurt Russell in this film. He plays his role so well, and if you remember seeing Michael Douglas in the beginning of Ant-Man, wait till you see Kurt Russell in the beginning of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Peter Quill is excellently developed in here as well. But he goes a little downgrade for me because although I like that he was developed, and he was developed really well, how he was developed is something that really got to me. I truly despised something that they did to the character in this film. And sure, without spoiling, they negate that by the end, but it really, really got under my skin that they did something to this character that took his uniqueness away. And the rest of that will be discussed in the spoilers review. The special effects in this film are gorgeous. They are absolutely fabulous. The action scenes, some of them are not the best, especially the fight scene in which you are following Baby Groot around this real platform where the Guardians are fighting that tentacle creature that comes in the trailers, and you know it by now. And you are following Baby Groot, and the action is going on the back scene, unfocused. All the special effects look great, and this is a one-shot scene. Granted, it's special effects galore, but it's a one-shot scene nonetheless. But you are following Baby Groot, and as adorable as he is, and I really loved Baby Groot, you want to see that action because that's how you're going to get familiar with the characters once more. The cinematography and colors in this film are also fabulous. The color palettes in here vary so much, but they are all so beautiful, and you travel to so many different planets and so many different looks in those planets. It's just so gorgeous, so varied to see, and the spaceships alone as well look great. But Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is not as good as the first first one. I really liked this film, but I didn't love it. Here's my problems with this film. For the most part, it seems like a greatest hits feature of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Sure, we get to develop some characters really well, but others just get to stand on the sidelines. Drax is really funny in this film, but he does nothing. And I can't say he isn't crucial, but he fights once in the film. That's it. Mantis is also really interesting. She is presented as an interesting character, and she does interesting things, but by the end, she doesn't do a whole lot. And I gotta congratulate James Gunn for being so ambitious and exploring so much of the universe in this film, but at the same time, it really gets under your skin that we don't have time to explore so much more, and he presents you those expanded universe elements, but he doesn't really feed you them. You get your appetite worked up, but then we never really go there. I also found that the movie doesn't really find its stride until near the second act's ending. The movie is joke, 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 and it's really funny for the most part. There are a couple of fun interactions between characters and a couple of fun action scenes, especially the one aboard the Ravager's ship. But it really explores the thematics it wants to explore on a surface level, and it doesn't really delve into it until we get a confrontation between Gamora and Nebula, and that's all I'll say about that. Although I have to say congratulations James Gunn again, because he worked on a great villain in this film. Yes, my friends, I am one of the few like Scacelius. He is good, he is not much, he is not great. James Gunn made a great villain. Marvel has found another great villain. Amongst the few that it has, another great villain has joined the fray. There are a couple of comedy moments that don't really land, and some jokes are really going full throttle for the longest time, and some jokes stop, and then a few moments later they come back, and you're just thinking, holy shit, this joke isn't over, we're still going. And at points that really detracts from the pacing of the film, which really bother me a little bit. There are Easter eggs galore here, there are honey to the eye or the ears for comic book fans, but I have to say, we have found a new greatest Stan Lee cameo ever. I had my jaw dropped until the end of the scene that came after Stan Lee's cameo. That's all I'll say until the spoilers review. Also, stick around throughout the whole credits because there are very funny and really meaningful post-credit scene. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is by no means a bad film. It is way above that. It's a really good film that I really enjoyed meeting up with these characters again, exploring this universe again, seeing new interactions and new dynamics, and further development of some characters. There's another great villain, but the story really doesn't find its track until it's a little bit too late. It has a strong third act, but a little uneven first and second act. Because of that, I have to say that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is a martini. It's a really good time. Anytime. What did you think of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, my beautiful geekies? Did you enjoy it? Did you not? Do you like the first one more? Let me know all that in the comments below, and please don't use spoilers. We will have a video for that. Thank you so much for watching, my beautiful geekies. You guys are the freaking best. I love you all from the bottom of my heart, and if you haven't done so yet, go join the beautiful Geeky Community Facebook group. The link is in the description. Click on the subscribe button and the bell so we can be geeky united!